Well, hello, hello. We're back again for more Garbage and Glory. I am Matthew Orr of wetinkgames, and I'm joined by my two raccoon friends here tonight,
Yeah.
Brandon Caton of wetinkgames and Megan Jaffe of Nerdycity. Hey, I should have let you introduce yourselves, but this is part two. We're jumping in where we last left off. Maglan and our other character, whose name escapes me right at the moment. Let me find it. It is
Oh no, that's me. I'm Maglan.
you're Maglan and
Effluvia.
Effluvia 2 bits, and Maglan, trained by Mugwump. What was
Was it? Yeah,
Lassoon, trained by Lassoon. So these are your titles. These are your characters. You've been in this. You are currently in the Nightlands. You are on your way to the Grand Crow's birthday. You have found some problems. The One-Eyed Crow, you've traded barbs in the past. It probably won't come up. It'll probably be fine. You also spent some time last time investigating some rats. That probably won't come back either. It's fine. Everything is fine.
Everything.
So,
I will provide.
all right. So we're gonna go down this way. You were at a crossroads, and you chose to go toward the One-Eyed Crow, and so that's what you're doing. You're going to the One-Eyed Crow. So
The pile was extremely clear.
the pile was extremely clear with that straw. The twisted straw led the way. Here we are, coming down this path. So I think this is. We've described how the room you just left had the tunnel where the giant creatures would occasionally crawl past. The ogres train these giant beasts to run in these channels. That's behind you. So now this is out into sort of a more, I don't know. It's like a warren of like caves, but it's all made of like the kind of the gray stone that is so common here in the world. Like straight lines and straight edges.
Just
Carved.
feels. It feels unnatural. It feels like it is. The ogres have just shaped it with their will.
Who knows? It's so ancient. Who knows if even the ogres know where it came from? You certainly don't. But it is.
I s-
Yeah, I mean raccoons. What raccoons know about human society is almost nothing. So that's one of the one of the givens of the game. So
Straight lines, just like them.
so you all are going through this these interconnected rooms, and it's very dark down here. I mean, you've got a little bit of light. I think one of you had a torch or an illumination. I think there's maybe some places where you can find a little bit of light seeping in from other places. So as you're going through this maze of the interconnected rooms, barely illuminated, you all are kind of feeling, like you said, Brandon, a natural location. You're out of your depth. Then you see this sort of like a construction, and it's pretty unusual. And I don't know if you are experienced enough adventurers to have seen this before, but it is almost like a wave of debris that is like washed from somewhere. It's just full of all of these like fragments of. I mean, it is trash, but it's got a lot of dirt and stuff in there as well, stones and things, and it's you could hear sort of like a clinking sort of like almost like it, like it's construction noise, right? It's like there's like things being moved, things being like cemented together, then clinking against each other, things being like shaped, and it's almost like a scraping, and it's this constant sort of like low grade hum of noise, and it's all sort of emanating from this sort of shape of dirt, which is sort of like washed. It's a real I forget it's a lens of soil that has washed in from somewhere. Like a mountain scree or something like that. But it's full of trash and full of dirt, and it's also being shaped. And you kind of hear the sounds before you see the this pile of dirt, and there's definitely movement. There's creatures moving. Again, this is very dark. You're seeing this sort of, and they're definitely building something, or there's sounds of activity here in the dirt. So that's what you see next. If you've got anything you want to try and discover more, you can, or just kind of I could describe some more to you. But any particular thing that draws your attention?
I want to try to kind of move over to the side and kind of like scurry up, but try to remain hidden a
Like
little bit.
scurry up, like up against the wall, or like scurry up, like
I want to kind of up against the wall, but I want to like move towards this pile to see if I can see where the sound and commotion is coming from, and maybe what it is.
you're trying to be stealthy.
I'm gonna try to snoop.
Oh, you're snooping.
I mean,
Okay.
kinda. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm like linking up there.
Okay. Okay.
I'm definitely. I mean, there's all this detritus, the flotsam and jetsam of the ocean of garbage. I wish to paw through its bounty with my tiny paws.
Flotsam and Jetsam, I know those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be in the pirate edition of this show.
Yeah, those are great names.
Note to self: got to do a pirate version now.
That's right. So
Oh man.
Yes. So if you're gonna
I
snoop, see what you can snoop.
I have one die in Snoop, and I have 4 in Guts. I'm gonna spend 2 so to get additional dice. So I'm gonna
And this
go
is
to
an
our
open target
handy
number,
dandy-
so just get as many as you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to our handy dandy dice roller and do 3. I'm gonna look at the 3 on the left. I got a 5, 2, and a 1. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that 5, and then I'm going to re-roll the other 2. So I'll be looking at I got a 4 and a 1. Okay, so I got 1 success.
One success.
And it's
I
not my best
also-
day.
Yeah,
What were you saying, Meg?
I have 1 in scoop and I have 4 in guts, so I will also roll 3. No, that's 2. I just have that initial point in scoop. Does that mean that I get, if I add a point from guts, that I roll 2 or 3?
So if you've just got the very first check mark checked, that means you are trained in the skill, but you don't actually have any dice in it. So if you want to add dice to the skill, the check mark that's on the left.
I'll take 2. I'll take 2 from guts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll. I will also do the far left. See what I got. Nothing. I'm just looking.
Yeah. So
Look, stuff. Oh, look, here's more stuff.
yeah. So I think so. So what I think happens with these fantastic rolls. So I think what's going to happen is that like you're kind of looking and you are unable to determine. Like you're looking you're effluvia. You're looking at you're looking at the pile and you notice that there's like constructions, like there's almost like you as a player might think of it as a sandcastle, but like the you as a raccoon are just sort of like noticing that there's this sort of like it's an artificial tree, or it's an emulation of one of the ogres, one of the gray stone towers that the ogres live in.
Yeah.
But it's almost like they've built a model of the city or something. It's got these towers and ramparts and you're kind of fascinated by like the structure itself. And I think
Yeah.
Maglan, you are you're sort of like narrow focused on the trash, like you were saying. There's so many things you want to pull through, so you're kind of pawing through the dirt and like finding maybe a candy wrapper and some other stuff. I'll in fact give you. I'll say you can just take. You've got some uh, uh, time
I
of
have
year
all
whenever.
kinds of random shit around.
Yeah, and it's like nothing. It's nothing special. Like it's like stuff that's been laying around for a little bit. It's got that kind of like color washed out,
Oh yeah.
texture starting to break down kind of quality to a lot of it.
So it's trash, but it's not good trash.
It's not good trash. This is very common trash. And so what I think importantly that neither of you do notice because you didn't snoop all that effectively. Neither of you notice the rotten apples that are actually doing all of this work. Like especially
no.
you, Maglan, once you start pulling through the trash, like it takes you a second, but you realize that the noises have stopped, and you sort of notice the absence of the sound. And you're like, oh wait, where was that noise? And then both of you will notice that these bad apples are going to start coming out of these towers and coming down the hill of or the scree of trash and dirt and stones toward you all. And there's like a few of these beings, but I'll describe them to you. They're definitely like, I mean, again, they look like tiny ogres, and or maybe some machines that look like ogres, or maybe very very fashionable ogres, but they're very tiny, and they have each of them has a piece of fruit as a head, that is definitely rotten. These are the bad apples, and they're carrying very plasticky sort of weapons, and yeah.
These guys, right?
Yeah. For those of you playing along at home, the illustration is on page 88. These are bad apples. They're again for the players and for the viewers. These are like various types of action figures cobbled together and animated with life in some strange way. And they are they go about their own business in the sewers and the underworld, but you're pawing through their stuff, and they don't like that. So they're here, and I'm gonna say that you could leave now if you know what these things are, or you don't know what these things are. I mean, you've probably heard of them before, but this is sort of supposed to be an early adventure for you, so maybe you haven't heard of them. I don't know. Have you heard of these things before? You tell me.
I'm gonna roll a lore check to see if I know enough about the bad apples to know that if we keep messing around, this might be a bad situation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because they're a little smaller than us, I would assume.
Oh yeah, they're probably about half your height, but there's at least a dozen of them so far coming out of these like
So it's
dirt
like,
towers.
Oh, look, that's cute, but it could be a problem.
Yeah.
All right. So I have 2 in lore starting, and I have 4 smarts. I'm just gonna buy a total of 6 dice.
All right. I love it.
All
Love
right.
it. Love it all
gonna-
in.
I'm just gonna go all in. All right. I got 3 6s.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you know that they're kind of like autonomous. They follow their own rules. They don't really follow anyone else's rules. So and they have a lot of. I don't know if you know any like culture of them or whatever, but like the story is that like you don't mess with them, they don't mess with you, right? They're
Okay.
this is their thing that they're building, and don't mess with their stuff, and they'll probably they don't have any reason to come after you. That's the wisdom that you hear.
Yeah. I look at you and the little piece of trash. Meg, I'm sorry. What's your character's name one more time?
Oh, it's Maglan. So
Oh, Maglan. That's right. Maglan, you that trash that's not worth it. I mean, not only is the quality bad, but
It's not.
so let's
I also
maybe
don't like those guys. I feel like you. I don't know how well you know Maglan. Maglan's pretty dumb. Maglan is eyeing the fruit roots. What was that? Rotten apples. That was it.
I mean, fruit root's pretty funny.
Askance. I feel like I should reduce them to the component parts in the name of the pile, but also there's a lot of little fuckers.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, not the pile's finest work. All right.
There is. I mean, we don't have to get into it right now. We don't have to get into it too much, but there is sort of a weird. There's a category of things that are. There's sort of like the creatures in this game are divided into three groups, and one of them is peers, basically other animals, other creatures that live in the world. There's the ogres and their servants, which include machines and certain animals that work for the ogres. And then there's this other category of stuff that is sort of like it's like living trash, and so it's like weirdly touched by the divine because it's part of the pile, but it's also sort of like it does its own thing, and it's still dangerous, and so maybe it's like an inversion of the pile. So like you as a pile, as a dumpster diviner, may have like your opinion about like whether this is sort of like a mystery of the sacred work, or if this is sort of like a perversion of the pile. Like that may be something for you to develop.
Leaning towards perversion, because
Yeah.
Maglan is much better at hitting things than thinking.
All right, so this is sort of like this is just as you rejected the altar, there you found the altar before as well. The rats had an altar to the Sabaro Queen or whatever that was. Then yeah, this is another cursed place. But it sounds like you all are going to withdraw. At least that's the offer on the table there. Not engage, right?
I mean, I'm suggesting it, but if
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
if
with
Maglan
how
swings,
many
I'm
closer,
in.
I'll give them what for in the name of the pile. But
All right, so if you back off from the scree of dirt, the stuff that they have, they basically
Right.
they will kind of gather around as they come down, and there's one with like a pear, and definitely has like a tattered it's like it used to be like a mermaid doll, and so it has like the legs, but the legs are like ripped through the like little sheath that you put on to make it into a mermaid, and so it's like kind of dragging this little like mermaid tail around itself, and I mean it takes the piece of a candy wrapper that you pulled out of the pile, and it's kind of like it puts it down under some of the dirt, and then a couple others. There's like a robot with a an orange for a head, and it is like stomping down the dirt, and it's kind of like they're trying to restore the little the digging that you did. They're like smoothing over it, and there's a couple that are kind of like forming a perimeter or something like that. They're like repairing their little whatever they're doing, whatever animates them. They're trying to repair the damage as they perceive it, as you watch from a safe distance, but they're not approaching any closer.
Okay. Like, whew. All right. That could have gotten really ugly.
yeah, for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could have been a story. They're not. They're not the weakest mob ever. Probably for the best if there's only two of you. Okay. All right, so I don't think there's any other reason to do another adventure. Before we get to the main event here, this is you cross beyond this room. It's only like it's a short distance now until you get to the One-Eyed Crow's chamber, and in this room, this is like this is sort of specifically known. Not just these are the Nightlands generally, but this is sort of like the Night Vault is like the name of this, and this has a
It's like the name of the keep. Right?
yeah. So this like room is sort of like it's the biggest room that you've yet seen in the Nightlands underground. It's the biggest one, and it has like
Keep the best.
it has like a tree almost. It looks like a tree in this room, but it's all built out of like twisted metal and like rusted, like maybe it used to be like some sort of staircase or something like that, but it's been kind of splayed open, and it just looks like it looks the most like a tree of anything that you've seen since you came underground, and it is covered in like you could hear the crows talking to each other. They all live here under the watchful eye of the one-eyed crow, and it is also called the Night Vault, not just because it is because you can't tell if it's like actually open to the surface and daylight or if there's like illumination somehow above that they have, but it has a starscape above you created with some sort of either, like I said, it's very hard to tell unless you went up there, but it appears like stars up above the roof of this cavern is covered in this sort of twinkling starlight that's from somewhere, or appears to be. And and there's
I'm gonna make sure
yeah.
that
Go ahead.
you know as we enter into this space that I'm doing so cautiously. I'm not like definitely not sneaking, definitely not trying to be aggressive, just walking with my staff and maybe in casual conversation with Maglan.
All right. Yeah. I mean, and there is you are not alone. There's all kinds of other
Oh yeah.
travelers you can see at the base of this cavern. There might be like a I mean, there's like a we'll see there's like a pig there, like a small-ish sort of like wild pig. I mean, a little bit. It's not huge. It's small. It's like about the same size as you. And then you see some of the opossum traders that live in the. And that's traders. They got their little not traitors. Traders.
Merchant barterers.
Yeah, merchants. They've got their packs there. You see some other probably raccoons from other masks that are there. Birds. All kinds of beasts are gathered kind of in this milling about in this huge space. I mean, this is obviously an underground room big enough to fit a fake tree in, so it's a lot of space on the ground, yeah. And you see some other people, and then there is more illumination here, not only from the starlight but from from like torches and stuff like that. So the first person that like it's not like an aggressive thing, but there is sort of like a crow who comes up to you and is like, "Oh, you're here for the one-eyed crow's birthday." I presumably,
Yes, we would like to extend our congratulations to the one-eyed crow on another year of life and wisdom.
he nods respectfully. It's like, the gifts table is right over this way. If you'll place your gift to the crow, the night mother over here, that'll be great. We've got some festivities over here.
I look at Maglan. I'm like, what did we bring?
And this is where we're going to do so this is where the stakes is going to come back. We set the stakes for this adventure in the previous adventure. So this is where the stakes come back. And we're also going to, I'm also roping in one of the other rules for the game, which is the quick construction items. So basically what I'm saying is the stakes were raised to 5 for this adventure. So between the two of you, you have to spend 5 of your garbage right now but the fun part of that will be you get to tell me what you construct out of the garbage, because that's something that you can use garbage for in play, is to make something right away. So if you kind of...
And because I was the one that ended our boasting.
You did.
I have a bunch of garbage.
You have a bunch of garbage, but you both should have at least some. Between the two of you, there should be no problem in you having 5 garbage. But it's just a matter of, like, what are you contributing and what is that describing? Because, like, the kinds of garbage are soft, hard, sharp, and shiny. So, like, what might you want to make? What can you make out of what you're willing to give up? Oh, but if we apply a shine, like, basically... And I don't think we explained this in the previous video, but this is like... So hard garbage is clubs, and that is like anything that's like a solid object of any kind: wood, stone, metal. There's soft, which is the heart. The heart cards are soft garbage, so like cloth, string, maybe some sort of like either packaging or padding, or maybe even vegetable material or something like that. Like a banana peel might be a soft item. A sharp is anything that can do damage, so like glass, might be metal, but it's been but like a can edge or something like that is a sharp item. And then diamonds cards are shiny trash, and those are specialty items. So if it needs to be magical, you definitely need to spend some shiny garbage on it. If it wants to be if it's self-illuminated or self-moving, anything that would be supernatural definitely needs some shiny in there. But also maybe just special or decorative or particularly beautiful. It will probably want some shiny, as well as the structural, damaging, and soft items. So I'm throwing it to you two. You can be as creative as you want. You can make whatever kind of like... again, you get to make this thing real quick, but it's going to take at least 5 garbage to make something worthy of the one-eyed crow. So you can kind of plan together some elaborate something you're trying to make. Yeah.
So I have, just knowing crows like metallic or shiny things, I'm going through my stuff and looking at what I have. And just for ease of use, I'm going to use the the listing of the garbage cards in the back, and whatever corresponds.
Right.
To
I mean,
card.
that's what they're there for narrative bonus if you want.
So I have things that I think would be interesting for or shiny enough. I have half of a pair of scissors. I have a sharp can lid. I have a metal spring. I don't think the crow probably wants my rancid juice box. Maybe they do, but I have greasy nuts and bolts, a crushed aluminum can, and then a lead pipe. Those are the things I think might help out.
That's a lot of structural stuff there.
A lot of structural stuff, and a lot of it's metal, right?
Yeah,
so,
a lot of metal and some dangerous stuff there too.
Right. And I don't know, Maglan, if you have anything that we may want to kind of mix together.
Yeah, should I just deal out some garbage and then see what I've got there?
I mean, if you want to put it on the tabletop.
I was just using what I had in my hand.
I don't have a hand, so I will just do
Ooh. You should have a hand.
Oh wait, no, I do have a hand. It's sitting right here in front of me. Sorry, one moment. Let me see what that actually.
You're like, oh no.
Although I was also kind of thinking of, depending on what I've got in my hand, I do have my withdrawal from the garbage pile, and I can ditch a glory for more garbage if we need it.
Right, you've got.
Let's see. I have an old rag. I have a deflated dodgeball. I have. Oh, there's my bendy straw. I have. Ooh, I have seasoned Christmas lights.
Ooh.
Which actually goes with sort of what I was thinking of, which I'll tell you in a second. Oh, and firecrackers. And oh, folks. And a bike gear. So, I had this idea that I was gonna make a kind of like rosary.
Okay.
Like a shiny, kind of garlandy rosary thing, to give to the old crow. Something for him to kind of fidget with as he, or like,
I love that.
birds like that tend to kind of fidget with stuff as they sit on their perch, and so I thought that might be nice to give him to ruminate on while he sits in judgment. I also am kind of thinking
The old crow is an old lady crow. She's also known as the night mother to all of her little underground dwelling bird people.
Yeah, so about that. Also because there was that whole incident with the eggs.
I don't know what you're talking about.
If there's any like old teeth that I had, I don't know if I could draw for it. I was gonna just add some part of my body.
You're I mean, you don't have to necessarily draw. Like you're looking at the book and like those are sort of like inspirational things, but like
right.
I think you can describe your cards as anything basically.
Or like a broken like talon or something like that.
Yeah.
Of my body, I want
to
add to this thing.
I think in context that would definitely be like some kind of diamond sort of card. It is like you're sort of paying a debt.
Well, that may actually be that may be what I go for with my
your 7 of diamonds there.
Right. To discard a glory to draw a garbage. I would like to discard a glory to withdraw garbage from myself.
I mean, you could do that if you wanted to, yeah.
I sort of feel bad about the eggs. Also, we should probably look like we feel bad about the eggs if we're gonna be here.
So I'm gonna contribute. I think that's great. I'm gonna contribute three cards to this.
Ooh.
I'm gonna contribute that metal spring.
Yeah.
Put them up there on the right in the middle.
Right in the middle. I'll contribute that metal spring, which is that 10 of diamonds. I'm gonna contribute the nuts and bolts that can be kind of that sliding, like the sliding and shiny things. Mm-hmm. And what else did I want to do? Metal spring.
The Christmas lights are sort of the base of the.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
so that
like if you're making a fidget, a rosary, or I'm almost thinking of it as like it's an apology tour sort of item, like, oh, we're sorry for this and for this and for this, and you can count them all off.
Here's all the things.
Also helping to weave it together. It's like a lay of garbage.
I love that.
All right.
And then, okay, so we have
I'm gonna
those.
work in bendy straw because that did directed us to come
perfect
this direction.
Yeah.
Then I'll contribute those 2 to that instead of the third. I think that's a good mix of stuff.
I feel like the bike gear also. That's
yeah.
about.
All right, so you're putting in some more stuff. That bite gear that you just the card you just put down that was a glory card, right?
Is that a glare card? Oh yeah, sorry, that's my glare card.
Yeah. So you can. I mean,
Oh yeah, I was gonna do that.
you can
Card pass. Right.
you can.
Um,
I mean, we're doing stuff narratively here. If you want to contribute some of your glory to there, I was going to ask you to like describe what kind of, because the glory cards have equivalents just like the garbage. I explained the glory is
right.
personal possessions, the things that make you glorious, right, are like legacy, community, personal possessions, and your own passions. Those are the things. So I was going to ask you to narrate on that theme. So you can put it in there if you want, but it's not strictly, the ask is for garbage cards, not for glory cards. But
That's fair. Also, I feel like if that's my glory card, that's my that's my equivalent of like a Pope Smiter. That's my holy hat.
Yeah.
That's on my head. Little,
all right, yeah, you want to hang on to that. All right,
yeah,
so
no,
you all have contributed these cards, and like you've described how you're making this sort of rosary thing, but it's sort of like you know covered with these baubles, and sort of like remembering the all the insults that you talked about before. These are sort of all like apologizing for every single one of them here, and so you've got and sort of like you're presenting it sort of in a way that like, oh, it'll be known that this is we understand what this
so
the
it's like tufts of fur and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
the diplomacy is evident, I think, in the way that you've put it together and the way you've presented it, and like this is sort of like
the tufts of fur and the spring and the lights. It's like the interweaving of our communities, and
yeah, this is a fence mending operation. You've definitely mended those fences. So
that's right.
and we in the most humble way possible. So we have this gift, and we
yeah.
put it over with the gifts table. The gifts.
Yeah, there's like a gift table, and like a lot of this is like similar to yours. I mean, this is a world of garbage gatherers that are making stuff, and a lot of nice stuff has been contributed here. You might have like like a small box that is got some sort of flashing lights on it, and like sort of a tiny. I'm imagining. I was imagining a toaster, but now I'm imagining an easy bake oven that has like, so it's got this warming glow coming out from like a slot in it, and like all these colored lights, and like who knows how this works and what it's doing, but like there's some stuff, and maybe some weapons there, like the standard sort of gear, like somebody's you've got like a claw tied to the end of a ruler or something like that is a set of weapons, or there all of these gifts to the for the Night Mother, and the on the maintaining the peace of the between this faction and other factions that live in the city. And I think there's some celebrating that can do. There's some feasting that can happen, and it's a party. It's a birthday party, and you see the one-eyed crow is there, and like you could go and speak directly to her, and like if you want, but like it's not necessarily like you don't have to. It's sort of like there's other crows that are talking to you, and they're talking to everybody, and you can talk to other people that are there. If you want to quickly describe something that you talk to one of these other creatures about, then you can do that. Just to add
over to this potbelly pig.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah,
I
and
am also quite curious about the pig, I would say.
yeah, and like I've not necessarily. This may be like a runaway pet or something like that, but like it to me, like it looks different than the normal, like denizens of our world, right? So like, talking a little bit about, where he comes from or where she comes from, and but like kind of like welcoming them to our community. Do they look like they're like established here? They know they're familiar with the.
No, this person looks very out of their league. This pig is sort of like, I would admit, like, because this person describes themselves as coming from, the wilds. Oh no, we just like kind of just is hesitant and like definitely speaks with like a really thick accent. I'm not an accent person, so I'm not gonna do an
It's a
accent.
pig accent.
Yeah, it's a pig accent. Upstate pig, and it's
Yeah.
definitely like just a thick accent, but like definitely speaks the sort of like hedgerow common of the world, but definitely seems out of. It's sort of like the most like a diplomat that this group of pigs has is the one who came here, but still like a very feral woods dwelling pig, and
Yeah.
it's sort of like, but it's kind of energetic. Man, now I'm going to try and come up with a character name on the fly.
And this pig is here as like an emissary,
Yeah, yeah, and
not necessarily.
so this I would call this pig this pig
A good contact to know for our mask.
right. So I
Yeah.
think this pig person is Zroink, and Zroink is talking about like how there's a lot of energy right now in the pigs, and there's definitely like we're gonna make big things happen, and we're trying to like meet. Let everybody know that like stuff happening out there in the wilds. Like we got the pigs are on the move.
Oh. Tell us of the garbage of your homeland, Zroink.
Garbage of your family.
He describes like basically like, I mean it's like okay, so
It's
this
delicious.
well, so he describes that like mostly they eat just like sticks and leaves, but like and like acorns or whatever, like the wilds provide, and that's what we eat. But there's been increasingly like there's a event where the ogres come and they leave a lot of like their the trash just appears as soon as the ogres leave. Like they keep pushing, like there's a ground that is the that they use for like their events, their gatherings, and the trash always follows, seems to always show up afterwards, and that is like the wildest stuff, like you wouldn't believe. Like, and to you who come from the city, like he's describing like sweetened items, and like the kind of richness that you get from like a pimento cheese sandwich, and like you're like, oh yeah, so like normal food, and because this pig man is from the wilds, this pig person, and so it doesn't seem that impressive to you probably, but he's really excited about it.
All right.
I
Well,
respect his passion.
yeah, and
Right.
recognizing that he, you know, not, I don't want to say a bumpkin, right? But like, like, oh,
Comes
okay,
from simpler folk.
right. I was like, I see what you're saying. Yes. Well, Zoink, it was great. It's been great meeting you, and I hope
Yep.
to see you again.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
He's
I was like, obviously, the waste wind follows you, and the I hope she holds you in her embrace.
he like
My loyalty
nods.
provides for you.
He nods and sort of like processes that this was like a greeting and not like an insult, because he's never heard these words before, and like nods affirmingly, like yes, yes, yes. You know,
I mean, it could be an insult. He obviously smells, and
right.
that's but
Careful.
I expect it.
I don't know. Like I didn't plan to like come up with like pig conversation, but like I'm thinking something
Oh,
like your make your snoot always root to your delight, or something like that.
My snoot will root. Thank you.
All right, so this is this was the point of this adventure, to very simplified adventure here, to come in and to talk to the diplomatic corps here at the to mend these fences with the One-Eyed Crow, and that's what you've done. The gift has been offered. The conversations have been had. You've found out about Zroink and the rising of the pigs, which is that will be a plot point that you might follow up on in future. I think I also want to bring in very briefly there is a embassy, sort of, they've been waiting to be fashionably late, and the rats come in and they bring, like, it's like a bunch of rats, and they bring in like this sort of large package that is they dramatically reveal with like this sort of like soft garbage, which is like shimmery and really crinkly, makes a really great sound. They kind of like tear it off of this thing in a dramatic way to reveal that they've made some sort of like it's like a representation of the One-Eyed Crow, like a statue of the One-Eyed Crow out of like various pieces of junk, and it's like mostly hard garbage that's been like attached to itself by some sort of means that maybe you don't immediately recognize, maybe but it appears as if assembled by magic, this collection of pieces of trash or whatever, and like it makes quite the scene. There's a lot of like murmurs of like, oh, it's pretty good, so like,
do we like the rats?
I don't know. I think rats are rats have the potential in this setting to be kind of like, the goblins of the setting. So like, you could set them up as to be the persistent threat, or, you can establish new raccoon rat relations, and,
I'm a heretic, but also that's some damn fine garbage work.
It's damn fine garbage work.
Yeah, it is really impressive. Like it's definitely like an effort has been gone to for this thing that they have. So
I was thinking I have a grenade, and I was like, do we like Trojan horse this thing to make it look like the rats were trying to kill the One-Eyed Crows?
I
Or
mean,
do we just be like, nope, that's cool, peace out?
I think at this point, even Maglan's like, bruh.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
right.
maybe
my
the moment
my
has
little paw
passed
is like
to do this.
under my little.
Had the will of the pile led us down further down the
Towards the
path
rats.
to the rats,
Okay.
that might have been the time. Right now they're like looking at us.
yeah, I think Magel's right. Like you're at the party. I don't know that it's like you're able to like slip in something now.
Not the time.
I respect the hustle, but yeah, maybe not the time.
Yeah, this is not. What's the? Gosh, I always think of that line from Independence Day when like they're at the news and it's like, please don't shoot at the spaceship, or you might start an interstellar war. And it's like, this is not the time. This is not the time.
All right, so we're going to call this. So you've picked up some plot points. Those will come back later, perhaps, or not. The rats are doing something. There's pigs here. Maybe the queen or the night mother will have wisdom. This is good. This is again, we're trying to keep these episodes short and sweet. So I think we're going to conclude this one. And so that means that this little story has been completed, and that means that.
She saw us, right?
What?
Like, she knows that we were here. The Night Mother?
Oh, yeah. Like,
okay,
all
cool.
the gifts have been received. Like,
seen.
you're seen. You're here. And
We weren't killed. Hooray. Hooray!
That's right.
That's right. The way this works, as far as like wrapping up the end, and so that people can see the beginning and the end, right? So at the beginning, when you ended the stakes, Brandon, in the previous session, you got the 5 garbage immediately, which put 5 glory on the table for all the other players at the end of the adventure, which is now.
Right.
So now that you've completed the adventure successfully, Maglan, you can draw 5 glory cards, because that's what works. Brandon, you get the naysayer at the stakes gets the glory, gets their garbage at the beginning. Everyone else will get the glory at the end. So in this case, you, Maglan, can draw 5 cards for your hand, and actually, because your ability, that's actually, it's fine that you're getting only glory.
That'd be good for replenishing my garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage.
All right. Hey, thank you both for playing with me again. We're gonna either one of these characters may show up again throughout this series. We don't know yet. We haven't recorded anymore. But I appreciate you being here with me to record this, tell this little short story about raccoons and a party and making some connections. So before we leave, Megan, why don't you tell us where people can find you on the internet, and Brandon, then you too.
Yeah.
Hi, Megan Dawson Jaffe. You can find me as Nerdy City on the various platforms of the social media type, and also at random conventions and at Drive Through RPG, where we have games like Remember X and Commandroids and RPG Nasty. It's about RPG Nasty season, so yeah.
And I'm the other half of wetinkgames. You can find us on Drive Through RPG. You can find us on all of the various socials at wetinkgames, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, and then we have some other stuff that's coming out, and right now we're getting ready for spooky season here, and can't wait to go play a lot of home.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
It's the haunted house in a box. Look for it at your friendly local game store.
That's right.
All right. Thank you everybody for watching. Thanks to my players who have played, and we will catch you in the next adventure. Thanks.
The flip side.
Yeah.